I'm sitting in my little person's pieces graves over there, Fletcher. Anyway, look at that. It's gonna get worse though. Look at that over there. Yeah, we're gonna be in more rain. Yeah, I've come over here because some time ago, someone online on YouTube said that you don't have sex in heaven. For some reason, that's come up lately, and it's one of the questions that I've never had answered. You know, and is that true? And if so, why did the Nephilim come down and mate with human females? Because that tells you really that they don't have sex in heaven, or in spirit world, I should say. Yeah, because anyway, oh, excuse me. And Genesis I know fairly well. Well, I know quite well really, but what's the other piece to it? This is my problem, it's my memory. I just can't remember anything. Sex in heaven, Nephilim coming down to have sex with us. Oh, and there's something else. I know I was just reeling that all off in my head coming up here. Genesis is a very peculiar book. You have to do a lot of work to actually understand it. And I'm reading Matthew at the moment. It must be reading Matthew that's come to my head. Because the four, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, are all, John is really hard, I found, to understand. But they're all sort of the same really, and it did sort of, that was one of the questions I had for the church was why do they just keep going over the same old thing every year, you know, following the disciples. But of course that is the story of Jesus, I suppose. But they never touch upon things like Revelation or Ezekiel or any of the real, what I call the real prophets, who are communing with spirit rather than telling us of our being. I've got to say, and I can't remember them, honestly I can't remember them. I think it must be 4 books. The 4 books prior to Matthew, I think they're, and I know they're all short, they're only like a page, 2 pages long, but boy do they pack a punch. Now I can't remember ever reading small books of the Bible, I just can't. Maybe it's because they're so small that you forget them. But it opens up, oh yes, I know what the other thing is. It also brings into question why Jesus was in the miraculous conception. Because obviously there was no intercourse needed for that. So, and the other question, there's another question that leads on from that, and I've just forgotten it. I can't even remember what I've just said. Yeah, the miraculous conception. And what's the bit before that? There's another bit before that. Because Genesis, you must not take, or you can take it however you like, but that is the, it's crucial. It's crucial because you understand through Genesis that time, that spirit time, is nothing like ours. There is no sort of timetable or anything. Time can be hundreds of years. It can be now. You know, it can be this instant when you read in the Bible. And I know when I was a spiritualist that that came to the forefront as well. I was walking up here and spirit are very much like how I think, and people find it very annoying. I will be talking, although I don't do it these days. I will be talking and I'll finish what I want to say, then jump straight into another subject. That's what spirit do. And if you really get them moving, it's really hard. It is quite hard because you're like people do with the Bible. They go back and front and back. They jump from pieces to pieces. It's very hard. But Genesis, you must understand that the difference between creation and the making of the earth is a big difference, very big difference. But I've dived off my, I'm doing it again now, I'm diving off again because I've forgotten what I was talking about in the first place. So the Nephilim and the, why? Why would they do that unless they didn't have sex in spirit? I understand to a degree why, but then it has to be proven. Well, it doesn't have to be proven. You can either accept it or you don't. But I don't accept it. I do not accept that. Although, see, this is what spirit do. Oh, bugger. Oh, do you know what? I hate this. I hate it. It's gone. Really gone. I think I'm going to have to give this up because I don't know why my memory is this bad, but it is very bad. No, it's not there. See, there was 3 things that was coming about, and I've covered them. Now I'm jumping around. This is spirit motivating me. Yes, now it's been given to me. I understand why there would be no sex in spirit, because spirit has no need for it. Do you know what I mean? And yes, that's another thing. See, I'm going to jump to another. There's another thing. It's ridiculous. And then it's gone. They really are annoying. I suppose they're trying to throw in like answers. Yeah, you can understand why they don't or would not have sex in spirit. It's because if you understand love, oh yes, and there's the other thing. Why would God have created male and female in all its creation with animals? Why would they? Why would he do that? If you didn't have, why would he remember that even? You know, you'd think that if he's done that with all of creation and then thought of Adam as an afterthought and said, right, okay, I'll give you a helper, created Eve. So what is that all about? Really, when you think about it, what is that all about? And of course that sets up a lot of these religions. You know, man must be obeyed. You must respect your parents. Because that's been coming up quite a lot recently, respecting your parents. I suppose, oh no, yeah, that's because of Gaza. And I haven't bought my bottle of drink today. My mouth is, I've been uptown and my mouth is dry, like dry as a bone. So it brings all that into question as well. And you see what I mean? I've gone from one sort of subject right the way through about 4 subjects. Maybe that's what they're trying to tell me. Maybe I'm going to spirit soon. I blooming feel like it. My back is absolutely killing me. My neck is absolutely killing me. I fell out of bed. I rolled out of bed in actual fact. Not fell out of it. I rolled out of bed 2 weeks ago. And now I've got pains in my chest. I think I must have squashed my liver and it squirted out acid. Oh dear, it was awful. But it's gone, it has gone. But it keeps coming back. But anyway, yeah, I think that's what I did. But it does call everything into question. Because that as a child, that was one of my long answered questions. I mean, it has been answered to a degree. But when you start taking into account all these other things, it opens them up again. I mean, it doesn't worry me. It doesn't worry me if there's sex in heaven or not, you know. I don't think you'll be having it in hell. It doesn't really worry me. But I do understand how that's tied in with love. And like you say, respect for your mother and father, so forth and so forth. When we speak of love, we tend to think of sex. You know, oh, I love you, babe, and then the next thing you know, it's having sex. But we are peculiar. We are peculiar. Because one of my posts on YouTube, I don't know how we got to it, but me and my friend in America, we got to this subject about animals and how different they are to us. Animals only mate when the season is right. They tend not to mate after, you know, once their seasoning's out. And you know, a lion will kill its babies just so that it can do that again. You know, and is that not really quite unreal? It's the only one I know that does it, I think. It's the only animal that does. And we had a right old laugh. You know, I think we was talking, we moved on to, what's that one, Disney. Begins with M. I can't think of it. It's an island, and it's got this lion, and he's strutting around, king of the kingdom, like, you know, and sex, how that came about. But yeah, we had a right old laugh about that. I would like to, I mean, I know not many people are going to be looking at this video because I've got no subscribers or anything now. It would be interesting. I'm hoping that the title I'm going to give it brings in people to communicate. I would like to know what people think, if they think at all about it. Because Hosea. Now, Hosea is a book where, you know, we're taught to love one another, and even if the spouse or the male commits a sin, sexual sin, you're supposed to forgive them. I found that impossible. I mean, I do forgive her. I don't hold it against her. She was dying for a kid, and I was just a mug that fell for it. But Well, do you know, there's a lovely, lovely warmth on my back. Now it's gone because I brought it up. That must have been spirit. Yeah, you can heal my back anytime. Any healing's grateful. Welcome. Yeah, so that's all I was going to ask, and I will post this, and I will ask in the title the question. And it is weird. It is weird when you think of the animal kingdom in creation, and that we were taken out of that. God took us out from that. I wonder if that's why he didn't actually produce a female. But how he would think of populating the place, I don't know. I don't understand. You know, what his thoughts were to that. It just doesn't make sense. But I do believe it's all down to interpretation. I do believe that's all down in, because take away Christianity. I know Christianity is for the world, but if you think of the Jews, the Muslims, and all the other contentious books of the other contentious churches, I mean, you look at America, there's hundreds of them, but they all have their different interpretation of different things. It just makes you wonder. So I'm going to say toodaloo. I want to have something to eat because I'm going on another fast. I did 2 days, 2 days, Thursday afternoon till Saturday evening. So that's 2 days, and that was, and it's only because I'm hoping to hear from the prostate doctor whether they've got to have a biopsy, and if they do want to take a biopsy, I'll do a fast before that. That's another thing to talk about, fasting. It doesn't ever say, but I'm going to take it that it's with the Jews. They fast on a Friday, if I remember rightly. But I think it's a certain time, a bit like Ramadan. You know, it's a certain time where you only eat between the hours of daylight and darkness. I'm wondering if that's the time. But like doing 2 days fasting, if I know that I haven't got anything to do longer than that, I will fast for, I can do 9 days generally, but I sometimes I have to start taking my meds for my back. But that's another thing, it doesn't really ever say in the Bible, you know, Jesus went 40 days and 40 nights or whatever it was. Yeah, it was 40 days, wasn't it? And how the heck can you do 40 days? 40 days. You must need real energy. But when I do 2 days, when I do these short ones, you've got to do it at least that time for it to benefit, because the liver expels toxins, and you know that when you're going for number 2s, and you start going into like a diarrhea state, and that's when the liver is getting rid of toxins. And then after that, if you can do 3-4 days, if you can do that, after about that time, it's a breeze. It's like giving up smoking, or at least that's how I found. It's dead easy. You don't even think about it. It's really good, and yeah, the actual thought of food just goes completely from you. You don't. Some people say they feel more spiritual and all the rest of it, but I don't think that. Well, I don't know. I'm not. It doesn't give me any feelings of benefit, but I know it's doing it. Same as like the flush, liver, gallbladder flush. Now that does do something for you. You do feel a lot better after doing one of those. It's a bit of a pain, you know, only eating certain things for the week, but I've learned that that's not, you don't have to. You don't have to stick religiously to a diet, as he says. I suppose whether it gives you more benefit, I don't know. But yes, I shall do another fast. I shall do a long fast, depending on what happens this week with the biopsy. I want to go back to church, but with church you've got this flipping COVID thing again. So they might not want me there, which is fair enough, I understand that. Because I'm the one who's at risk, because I'm not vaccinated. So I might stay away from there for a while. You never know, the Lord might make me stay away, which is fair enough. I hope it's not cancer, but last night I was ill. Oh my Lord, I was ill. So that could have been because of the fasting. I nearly passed out trying to get to the toilet. I clung on to the door frame, and the, you know, and I would never collapsed. I don't know. I really do not know. I fell onto the toilet. I grabbed hold of the basin, luckily, the hand basin. Oh, jeez! And I sat there for ages. That's usually my gallbladder when I'm like that, and it could well be. Because that's the next thing I'm going to. He wants me to take statins, and I'm going to say, before you put me on statins, I want a scan on my pancreas. If he can't answer the questions that the previous person who did my scan, and the report that came back was nothing like what she told me, I mean, I don't care. If the medical profession wants it that way, they can have it that way. I mean, I should just die of a slow impending death, because it's, you know, I don't know what I should be eating. No doubt the medical profession will say, you know, a healthy diet, greens, vegetables. In the summer, that's fine, I can do that. I can eat that sort of food, but winter time, no. It's like I've got so used to, when I'm doing my walks now, I bring a bottle of juice, you know, cordial juice, and I don't tend to drink a lot, to be honest, but I do. Like now, my mouth is all dry, there's all gunk in the corners, and I'm really thirsty. And that's the other thing you get with fasting. You really want to drink, you know, because it fills your bladder up, and it gives you that feeling you're full up. So it could be, the reason I was ill could be something to do with that and my prostate. There's things that have come to light that I've not put down to my prostate, and I'm being made aware that this is more than what I think. So if they want a biopsy, I'll be the first to rush there to get it, because I do believe there's definitely issues. There's definitely issues down in that department. And like I say, the look on that doctor's face when he did an exam, and he said it's abnormal. What he felt was abnormal. And now they've, like I say, last Friday they phoned up and said they want to take a biopsy, and I will be surprised if he doesn't, but maybe the Lord will that. I've put that in his hands. I'm not afraid if he takes me. He's quite willing to do that. I've got no wishing to be there. You know, I've got no willing to be on this planet any longer than I have to be, and I've accepted the fact that as I'm reading in Matthew, that I might end up in hell. It's not through wanting to be, I've got to say that, but you know, I'm prepared to accept that. The gnashing of teeth. So anyway, I'll leave you now because it's getting into a noisy road now. Bye bye.